Hello and welcome back to Tobuck. At first thing to say, I accidentally went forward 6 hours, so hope you don't mind. I paused and unpaused and already done the stuff I wanted to do. But I went ahead and got a second general who I gave defensive and organization, and they're going to be going to this front. Then I got my main general over here coming to this front. The Mihar Zehir referendum. The little strip of land we Tobuckans call Mihar Zehir has long been claimed by the Warzians to be an occupied territory. Vasil is of the opinion that what happened under the Storm King should stay buried with that old yeti. But if those zebras want a referendum, then they will have their free and fair vote for who the land goes to. Let's hope they're chill about this, and they just let us be. If not, well, oh well. Maybe we can just live in peace and harmony. You can accept this referendum, then we can go and, I don't know how this isn't gonna happen. I mean, we literally are forced to fight them. I mean, I don't know how that was gonna happen. Okay, this sadly no generating profits right now. Might be time to finally go to war economy. I'm sorry, my citizens, but it might just be the time. I've been doing my best to not have us do it because, well, we're a free city who doesn't need to do so, but the New Kingdom, the North, the Holy Order, once named the Ashurian Order, fancies themselves as a kingdom with vanquishing the Dread League. Now known as Ashurian Order, Estwalvid is now leading the upstart kingdom as a king. As this nation let their victory get to their heads, we must watch on as this newly made kingdom finds their place in the world. Will they be malevolent, tyrannical, or another indifferent state which does not take part in international affairs? Only time will tell. Anything could happen with these newcomers. Yet another upstart kingdom in this age of war. I really don't like that this one's taking attrition, but it happens. What I find interesting is, when did New Maryland join their faction? When did that happen? Please just accept the referendum. It would be so kind of you just to accept the referendum. It really, really would. Please just accept it. Please. I'm chill. Let's just have peace. Warzina folds! Yes! And as the results show, we have received an overwhelming majority in Mihazeri for our republic to remain united and free from the shackles of ancient tyranny. The people of Tobuck have spoken, and the democratic process has shown its worth. And together we shall march forward into modernity, prosperity, and freedom for all. The president was almost taken aback by the incredible applause that followed as he finished his address to the public. Perhaps it was the knowledge that the referendum had arranged was more than just a little rigged. Or maybe it was that he hadn't been expecting such genuine support from citizens that entirely distrusted their government only a short while prior. He had to suppose that sticking it to those outsiders was just a really good way to reaffirm trust. After all, it had worked with Cheer Up Terra as well. The old bird waved his claws, meaning to quieten his support for just a moment. I would also like to briefly extend a word of thanks to you. Those of you who have turned up today, and those of you who are listening in from afar. I may have put my talons in the doorway at first, but it's the average citizen of Tobuck that makes our republic truly great. It is our confidence and support that keeps this place running. All of my successors are thanks to you. And what we have achieved together is truly a demonstration of our collective will. He threw his claws up in the air and received another round of applause. That was just as loud as the last, though it seemed a little more earnest this time. Was he really becoming attached to this little rump state in the desert backwater? Or was that just his ego talking? Or perhaps, was it a bit of both? Long live the Republic! Hail to the President! More understanding than I thought. They actually were willing to accept that the territory would remain mine. I'm kind of shocked. Alright, well. Okay. Conclude the reforms. Well, isn't Vasil popular all of a sudden? We could never have seen this coming. Truly. The president's position of power is now secure, and his policies and government have never looked more promising and profitable. Tobuck really is a nation now. A republic with a president and identity called their own. Not up bad for a griffin, eh? Okay, just in case they change their mind, let's get conscription. This is a deterrent. This is purely a deterrent, looking at the nations that surround us and some of their opinions of us. This is a deterrent. You have a claim on me down there. When are you gonna reach there? Why? I legitimately don't see the point in that. But okay. You do you. Man. We're living the good life. We are living the good life. Yeah, things are going good. Who needs military factories? We aren't going to war. We just need civilian. How can one be a citizen without land? We've done a lot for the average Republican citizen, but as for the matter of land ownership has been entirely absent from our political discussions. This isn't because we aren't sure what to do about it, of course. In fact, the opposite is true. Every Tobuckian citizen deserves their own plot of land to truly be a part of the great nation. Wow, I'm shocked. We're actually doing good here. We're doing it. We're changing this nation to be a better place. Vasil, you're not too bad. Vasil travel. Eventually, the pair would end up in Tobuck, where Vasil diligently helped the creation of the Republic of Tobuck. However, he was not satisfied with simply looting the place. He saw opportunities. Weaving contracts with the local wealthy elites, Vasil foresaw a future where Tobuck could become a true moneymaker. Where he wouldn't just be a criminal, but a respectable member of society. Sadly, Peashooter didn't see it that way, but why let a partner stand in the way of a good thing? Right. It is too bad that Vasil ran off. He didn't even make any money out of the thing. But we're not doing it for that. We're doing it for the good of you, the citizens of our great nation. Good times. Good times. Man. This is just nice. It's peaceful. It's happy. I'm not expanding a lot. This is yeah. The only things I've only done defensive wars. This has just been peaceful. Most beloved president, hail to the president. If there's one thing every creature can get behind, it's a charismatic and lovable president with a few good war speeches up their sleeve. Sure, it's mostly their job to work in peacetime, but you can only fail to prepare for a war once. Long live the Republic. Long live Tobuck. Hail to the president. Prepare for war, but keep the peace. Happy Life Decree. Though the state remains unable, or some have said unwilling to provide a full welfare state, the Happy Life Decree has certainly provided many with unnecessary health care, primarily just issues of food and quality of the life. The quality of life in the underdeveloped parts of the nation, though recent alterations into the function of the organization surrounding the decree that provided much-needed land reforms as well. For the president, it's a rather useful tool for the popularity and a good way to seize unprofitable states for the government. I guess there is some benefit for us, but it really is just a good thing for our nation. Right? The policy is with all other things the political ever have gone down swimmingly, and of the entire government abide by these reforms as tenets. The Republic shall be great, it shall be rich, it shall thrive under the gliding claws of the president. Come visit Tobuck. Tobuck is a place of incredibly natural beauty, not least for the stunning bay in which the capital is situated at the very center of. We have deserts and plains, jungles and rivers, rural and city life, as well as whatever else you could think of to tour. Come on down to Tobuck and take a look around. We can promise that you'll love what you find in our little corner of the world. Man. Look, we could keep our talents chart. War is of unfortunate necessity when it comes to the security of our beloved republic. Something only proven by the terror invasion, except that didn't actually happen. If we wish for the republic to persist beyond the preview of a couple of decades, we would do well to retain a permanent state of partial military readiness. The early bird gets the seeds, don't you know? War is an unfortunate necessity when it comes to the security of our beloved republic, something only proven. Contrary to popular belief, however, it's not war itself that kills a nation. It's the occupation that inevitably follows such a conflict that does it. If Tobuck is to survive, we'll have to cooperate. Yes. Banking is one of those things that's typically looked down upon by most, at least if done on an international scale, as the president plans to do. For some, it's because they see banks as money hoarders. For others, it's because of the corruption, but ours will be entirely different. The Tobuckian banks will be frowned upon in the years to come because they're secure and perfect for offshore holdings, which is exactly what makes them great. Amazing. Equestrian industrial techniques. There's one equestrian expert that's truly invaluable in this day and age. It's industrial expertise. They have an established set of engineering schools and a considerable industry, making hiring from their surplus of specialties both easy and desirable. Let's just hope that they don't have a heart attack when they come down and see what they have to work with, eh? Yeah. Continue preparing for war, but try to push away from a chance of war. The Republic needs a real army. Okay, yeah, I've definitely. So, actually. So, hail to the president. Everybody in Tobuck loves the president. They just can't get enough of the old bird. Try as they might, who needs frequent and fair elections when your republic is a beacon of stability and prosperity, led by a talented griffin like Vasil? There's nobody else decent to vote for anyway, so why not give him the power to do what he needs to do? Hail to the president! Long live his republic! So did it change at all? Okay, there's no changes now that we changed the effect. Alright. President Goodfriend. We're nothing if not an acceptant bunch, us Tobuckians. We don't care what ideology to subscribe to, what faith you may be a part of, where you live. If you've got something to offer us, we have plenty to offer you. So why not come on down and take in the sights in our little corner of Zebrica? There's something here for everyone. Man, this nation sounds pretty great. Like, sure, it's not perfect, but no nation is. What am I saying? It's perfect. You know what? One, whatever. Free trade, baby! You know what? Nah. I'll just keep that like that. And move the planes down to the bottom, because who cares about planes? No. In fact, what I want to do is do that, and honestly, yeah, the guns could be at the bottom. I have enough guns. Actually, I am upgrading my gun. Yeah, let's put the artillery at the bottom. Yeah, this is a good order. If they still exist, I would do. Tobuck's mere existence somewhat of an insult to Zeratinen, which makes cozying up to them both difficult and desirable. We would do well to normalize relations and get back on speaking terms. Maybe even put our weight behind a defensive pact to reassure them of our good intentions. It's not just good smart to say no to potential friends. It's just not good smart to say, okay. Wurzina has historically never been a particularly close friend of Tobuck, but we live in a present rather than the past. We would do well to shake and make up. Maybe even put our weight behind a defensive pact to reassure them of our good intentions. It's just not good business to push potential partners away. That's a better way of saying it. So we both guarantee each other and we improve our relations, if they accept. Which I could see them not accepting with those relations to start with. But hey, we can hope. Oh. Oh, hey, they actually... Oh. Okay, they joined the River Federation, cool. And they actually managed to conquer the annoying border guard. Woo! Here for a drink. Hopefully they do. How dare they? How could they possibly decline the proposal? Sure, it was maybe a little one-sided, but it wasn't as though their administration didn't benefit from the agreement as well. Those imbeciles, they've doomed us, led us at the mercy of any major state that seeks to gain from our weakness alone. He clamored, utterly terrifying his secretaries, who had never seen him quite this distressed before. Vasil was not typically an angry griffin, but for once there was more at stake than simple capital. His people and his pride were now at risk because the bumbling buffoons across the border couldn't see past their own uppity snouts. What they really needed was something to calm the nerves. That and a moment to collect his thoughts for his cowering secretary. Ugh. I do apologize for my outburst. It seems I am more passionate about the well-being of our republic than even I realized. Fetch me my most expensive box of cigars. But, sir, this costs more than I make in a month, the frightened stallion stammered out. Good. The price will take my mind off those morons. I mean, it's sad that we did get defensive pact to kind of show the future is bright, but we can see that that the president truly cares and is doing so much better, and that shows that our future will always be bright. In service of the Republic. With the warlords gone, we need to build up the Republican Guard and quickly. But more importantly, we need sane and loyal ponies to lead it. We're going to need to do a whole lot of performance review to find some pony capable of that sorry lot of an army. I mean, we are looking for the best of the batch, which is still a low barrier. Come on, no it's not. You know what? Let's donate to the poor! Yeah, that's right. Keep donating. We care about our citizens. A lot. And you know what? Let's promise peace. Though we will generate profits. Hey, we're still the old me, even though we are doing better for the country. Plus, the money is for the country. I mean, I'm literally generating profits so I can donate to the poor. It's more noble than that. But after Warzina's refusal to protect us, which shows we must protect ourselves. We would have protected them, of course, and we would have been great allies together, but no. No, they choose to betray the ideals of the entire world. They could have done so much good. But they've made their decision. So we must get some generals together and protect ourselves. And we must hire Griffonian instructors in case war comes. When it comes to war, you can never go wrong with hiring some Griffonian veterans. That continent has been in turmoil ever since some Griffs lost a trinket and Kerensky broke everything. Some of them must surely be interested in working in a warmer climate for some exceptional pay. Just make sure the other officers don't learn how much. Can I enlarge destroyer hall? Okay, whatever. But with enemies, potential enemies on all sides, they don't like me. They don't like me, but not by too much, but their ally really doesn't like me. And they don't like me by just a little bit, and they're probably not too much an issue because they've still got enemies on their own continent to deal with. Oh, the Appalachian Protectorate has been established. Cool. But they're the biggest issue, even if they're the least likely issue. But our nation is prepared to go on without me as the player. I think our nation will survive a long, glorious time It will remain strong and powerful, with Vasil leading the charge. But I think that will not only be the end of this episode, but the end of this series. The Republic of Tobuck is a peaceful nation who only defended itself and became a presidential republic for peace and harmony within its own nation, protecting its citizens and giving all it can to its citizen. Vasil being the right man to truly bring happiness and harmony to the world, or to the own nation. He is not trying to make the world a better place, just himself. That is what matters. Republic of Tobuck will always be a shining beacon of prosperity and peace and harmony. And if you're ever looking for a little small pocket of peace and prosperity, just come to North Zebrica. Right by the evil empire of Changing Kingdom, past the Kingdom of Warzina and the United Kingdom of Ares, and the horrifying slave state of Carthaginian Republic. By the Merry Egyptians, the ancient empire that lived so long, you find a recent state with power, prosperity, that anyone would love to be a part of. But if you enjoyed this series, like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell button. And the eternal peace may reign on in the little city of Tobuck. As always, peace.